Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Airholler 2 with me, Herd37. Well, it's that time. It's time to move into a new plane. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and buy the Twin Otter. I was kind of looking around, at some planes what we should fly, and I think we're just going to go on to the Twin Otter. Now, if you look here, we were flying the Chieftain, and I did put in the King Air 350. And I had to make a choice, do we go with the King Air 350 or do we go with the little bit bigger Twin Otter? And I decided to go with the Twin Otter. It's a little bit easier to fly. I've done a little bit with a 350 and FS economy, and I really do like the plane, but I think it's maybe something we might come back to in the future. Because we're at episode, I think this is like maybe episode 114 or something. If you look back at Airholler, we were already flying huge planes by now. I'm just kind of dragging this out. I don't want to drag it out too far until we get to the bigger planes. So we'll move on to the Twin Otter. This is probably going to be the last prop plane we fly. Although I don't know, there might be some bigger ones out there that we might try. But yeah, we gotta kind of get into some bigger planes here. And so we're gonna buy the Twin Otter. I haven't decided which two we're gonna buy because I fly the Twin Otter a lot, also in FS Passengers. We've been down in the going down towards South America. I've been flying that a ton. I do like the FedEx one. I think that's a good one to buy since it's the U.S. and everything, even though we don't work for FedEx. But as you can see, it's $2 million. By the way, we're at 9.4. So we've got tons of money. Put that as a personal plane. You cannot afford it. Well, then I guess we'll be put it as company. I can never remember what to do. I'm going to put this... actually, I'm going to put it passenger. And I guess we can put it at Huntington, because I think we'll do the type rating in this episode. In the next episode, we're going to open up a base down in Memphis. So I'll go with passenger, because we're probably going to have to fly passengers down there. So I went with passenger. I guess we'll go with Huntington. I forgot. I thought we were going to be flying out of Jacksonville. We might be in Huntington. So if I put it there... Alright, we'll put it all as just economy. It's not really a plane, you have different classes and stuff. It's kind of a rugged plane. I really like it. Oh, by the way, when I imported this thing, it asked me, the seating and everything. It said it had 20 seats, and it actually rejected it, saying that the plane was too light to be able to have 19 seats or 20 seats. I think it was 20, so we had to bump it down a little bit. I had to mess with the config file to get it in there in the first place, and then mess with it again. But it's 19, so that's pretty daggone good. I mean, that's a huge plane compared to the Chieftain. I'm thinking, what was the Chieftain, like 5 or 7 or something? Max passengers, let's look at that. Yeah, 9, so we're all the way up to 19, which is double it. Yes, we do want to get a type rating test. Alright, so we're obviously not going to have any... I don't even know why they do that. I don't want anyone on board. We have enough fuel here for 538 miles. That works for me. Alright, let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are at the plane. Look at this, they started us up over here in the grass. I don't know why exactly, but here we are in the FedEx plane. I've been flying the Win Air a lot in FS FS Passengers. And it seems like there's always something wrong. There's something wrong with this one now. There is an equal sign missing in the config file of for the FedEx delivery, but I finally got that fixed. It did start up when I got into Airholler 2. It was acting like the plane was trying to start itself up, which a lot of times it does. And all these lights were blinking, switches were going off by themselves. It was kind of crazy. And apparently we didn't have any fuel, and it seems like it may have done that again. It's dropped our fuel all of a sudden. Like Airholler 2 couldn't fuel it up, and I just had it up to 50%. Let's see if I'll turn this back on, see if she's got fuel this time. Got an external power, DC master switch is on. Alright, so it is recognizing that there's fuel. I'm not sure why it was doing that last time. Plus, that's normal. We've got the position and anti-collision lights on. Let me zoom in here so we can see our gauges a little bit better. Or start up. I keep going the wrong way. Alright, so we'll start up the right engine first. There's 10%. Introduce the fuel. There she goes. I don't know why it couldn't load it up with fuel. Certainly the Twin Otter by now, Air Hauler 2 would know how to do that. I gotta figure a lot of people probably do use this plane. Alright, that's good for the right engine. Turn the right generator on. Alright, so let's go for the left engine. 10%. Introduce the fuel. And it's going as well. It looks like a good start for the left engine. I'm not going to use procedures with this plane. I never really have. I kind of like flying this one without it. Alright, generator on for it as well. I'm going to go ahead and turn the pitot heat on. And windshield, we'll go ahead and turn the windshield heat on. I can't remember all the switches to the side. So let's turn this on the battery. Remember, I can't use ATC. Let me pop out the GPS here. There we go. I'm going to move that down over here. And our transponder down here is at 1234. So we'll turn that to 1200. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. And we'll go up here to the top and turn our taxi light on. Where is my taxi light? There we go. Parking brake is off. Let's go over to the runway. We're going to take off on runway 30 as a heading of 299. The one thing I don't like about this plane, of course, is taxiing. If you watch the FS Passengers, I really hate it. Alright, so Air Hauler 2 does have this. I'm going to set the flaps to 10. Of course, this is a, I guess you call it stall aircraft or STOL aircraft. Short takeoff and landing. Extremely easy to get up in the air. Doesn't take very much runway at all. You can see we've got our planes over there, I do believe that. I love being able to see that. Alright, landing lights coming on. Let me turn my strobes on as well. It's over here. There we go. Now we're ready for takeoff. Like I said, flaps 10. We don't have all that much fuel, so we should be good. Come on, girl. I've got her at 50% power on the joystick. Like I say, she's a little odd on the taxiing and stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and get up in the air. Of course, you have to be careful with this aircraft. You can't set the engines on fire, blow them out. So careful with the power. Go ahead and get up. Back on the power just a little bit. Alright, 4,037. We click that and get that off here. Turn off E and B. And there's the jaggeds. We know where those are coming. Add just a little more power here for the climb. There, now the jaggeds are over. They'll of course come back when we go to land. Mute my mic for 1 second. Alright, 4,037. About 1,600 feet to go. I'm going to go ahead and turn the bleed airs on. That message will go off about the pneumatics. I'm not sure, I always thought you turn the bleed airs off for takeoff. And And then once you get up in the air, you can turn it back on. About 700 feet to go. So I'm kind of wondering what our range will be on this thing as well. For a long flight, the only bad thing about this, I don't think it's that great for long flights. I'm going to bring back the power, bring the nose down here. We're about to go flying past 4,037. Turn to heading 228. And then back it down to 4037. Back on the power here. Can't even really see my heading there. 226. Now I can see it. It's just I'm not used to this thing being so dark. Alright, pulling back on the power and descending a little bit. On the 3737. Yeah, turning off that E and B makes quite a difference there. Seven. Well, we've got maybe 2 after that. The nose come down a little quicker here. Just wanting to drift off to the left a little bit too much on me. I don't want to get too far out away from the airport. I guess we're not all that far. I can see it on the GPS there. We pull back on the power just a little bit more. Alright, 3737. Turn on to heading 315. And 3537. Increase the power just a little more to slow down the descent. And 3537. We're on the heading and we need to... Oh, sweet. So we're already done here with the airport, or the directions. Alright, so back to the airport. I thought we would have to do 1 or 2 more, actually. I was surprised by that. So we'll probably have to descend just a little bit. We're probably slightly high. Not too bad, though. Only problem now is the jaggeds are going to return on approach. It just makes it extremely hard to land. I'm kind of wondering how much that's going to screw up the big planes. Big planes are already a challenge for me to land, and when it's jagged, it's not going to help anything. Like I say, it happens at every single airport, no matter what we're doing. Or I should say, no matter what airport we try to do this type rating at, we end up getting screwed. I haven't seen anyone else complain of having the same problem, though, so I'm not too sure exactly what the problem is. So 129, I do believe. I can't for the life of me remember the ILS frequency. I think it's actually 109.9 now that I think about it. 108.7 for 30. still a little high. That's the other thing about the aircraft, it's not that fast. So that makes long trips even longer. But like I say, I don't know that this thing has great range, especially when we fly it. So I have to be careful with that. I'm kind of excited. Now we're going to get 9 passengers in our passenger flights with the Chieftain, and then once we get out of this plane, that changes everything a lot. We're going to have a couple planes, we know, with 19 passengers. Flaps coming out to 20. I don't know. I didn't double tap that, by the way. I don't know how it went from. Unless we were already at 10. I'll just put probably flaps out to 30 for the landing, which we won't need too much. Practically empty, and only about 50% fuel in 2 of the tanks. I didn't put any fuel in the wingtips. I had to go in, like I said, Air Hauler 2 did not fuel it up, so I had to go and set that manually, which is odd. I'm waiting for these jackets to hit me up. Also having a bit of a hard time getting it to come down. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put flaps 30. Thinking should bleed airs be off for landing. I'm gonna get it a little slow here. Increase the power just a little bit. Kind of worried me. There's the jaggeds hitting me. Seems like it is hitting a little early there. I thought we could get a little bit closer, to be quite honest. Oh, how Jaggeds, how I have not missed you at all. I'm trying to work on getting down a little more. It's kind of hard with the Jaggeds. Getting off the power a little bit more. I'm just worried about our speed as well. It'll continue until we get to the ground. Try and fly her to the ground here. There we go. Says it was a greaser. Might have been a little pitched up. Not that I would care too much. I mean, if you do a fairly good landing with those with it being jagged like that, I'll take it. Tracting the flaps. By the way, I was hoping maybe one thing would change. I actually updated my graphics card. Wasn't in the market for one, but one came up, was the NVIDIA's from EVGA, the 1050 Ti. Upgraded from my 760. It's not a huge upgrade from the 760, but it does seem to help just slightly. I was actually trying to, my first flight with it, I was flying the 787 up to Juneau. Disaster. So that video won't be coming out because I wasn't able to make it to the end. I saw one of our Cessnas going down there. Maybe not, I shouldn't say our Cessnas. It may have not been one of our planes. Actually, yeah, it probably was. Because back at Air Hauler 2, let's work on this. We actually have tons of people and tons of our planes sitting over there. Alright, so landing lights are off. Strobes are off. Alright, so let's head back over here. Turn the E and B back on, so I don't think Air Hauler 2 will be telling us anything anymore. we'll park a little more over towards the left. We won't go back to those buildings that we usually park at. We're a little bit bigger plane. I'm not sure where they park these things for passenger flights at Huntington. Of course, the airport isn't going to be modeled correctly. Maybe somewhat correct, but probably not. I haven't been there in forever. Yeah, and so as I was saying about that Cessna over there, that 172, that probably is ours. They're embarking on one of those passenger flights which we've got set up. We do have tons of them set up. Come on, girl. Sometimes she doesn't want to move too quick. Sometimes she goes rocketing. I'm going to turn the parking brake on. Oh, that's not good. Don't tell me that some of this stuff has been changed again. Had this happened not too long ago. Parking brake is on. Transponder off. Alright, bleeders can come off. Taxi light, you come off. I'm trying to think if we were to put in external power. Turn the generators off. Go ahead and cut the fuel. Windshield heat off. Oh. We'll go back to it. Pitot heat off. All the lights off. I'll just turn her all the way off. I think that's everything. Feels so dark. I need to remake that view where I'm zoomed in more too. Alright, let's go over to Air Hauler 2 real quick. There we go. So we passed initial climb, general handling, landing result, correct airport, landing gear, no overspeed, bank angle, pitch angle, no stall. Man, if you mess up the correct airport, land at the one you didn't take off, that's kind of crazy. I wonder if everyone's ever actually done that. Congratulations, you passed with no issues. It did say it was a greaser as well. Let's go ahead and finish the flight monitoring. I don't know if anyone cares about this. I'm kind of... Let's see. So we came down at 79.82 feet a minute. Landing speed 53.96. A little pitched up there. 5.78. Alright, so we have our type rating. I hired a couple people as well. I can't remember. I think I got them in the 170 type rating for the 172. That way we need to start bringing people up. People who have been here longer, fly in the bigger planes since they're more experienced. Not that they're necessarily better. Let's see here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Like Zach here, let's look at the rankings. He's a 21 ace pilot. But why is the rank when you like... I want to do that, but it screws things up. I don't quite get that. Like, it's obviously not work. Air Hauler 2's always been like that. Like 1 and then goes 10. It's like 2 and 21. I guess because it's thinking 18, 19, but then it goes to a 2. I don't quite understand that, but whatever. Ashley Rowe, I think she's one of our new ones. And I guess to find the other ones, we have to come over here, 2 and 3. Harvey Darrell and Brianna Bennett. So we'll all welcome them here. And then our most experienced pilot, 21. Zach, he's kind of odd though, man. I swear to God, this guy. Sometimes he's just banging up the planes a little too much. And then we've got some other 19s. We'll move them up as well. Try to progress everybody. But yeah, so I guess now we're at Huntington. So Memphis won't be that far, actually. I don't know if I can even find Memphis on the map. There's Knoxville, Chattanooga. There's Atlantis. We know it's over this way. I thought we actually had passenger flights to Memphis. We actually do, so there it is. So it is a nice little flight there. Huntington to Memphis. We'll fly some passengers down there. You know what we should do is actually just fly some building materials. I don't know if we'll have any near Huntington, but if you fly building materials to where you want to put a base, it makes it construct the base a little quicker. Not a ton, though. So I don't even know if we have any supplies. I probably have supplies down in Jacksonville. We could have Caitlin go get them and bring them back if we do. It will be factories. Stock and manufacturing. Obviously, we don't have anything at Huntington. We only got plastics down there. plastics, so no building materials. Although I think building materials might actually be just a commodity. Oh, we've got building materials here at Huntington's. Alright, so we'll convert this thing over to a cargo plane. Instead of ferrying the passengers now, which I thought we would get some money on, but maybe it'd be a better idea just to take the building materials. Let's see if we change the configuration, how long is this going to take? Oh my God, 20 grand? Well, we're going to have to change it anyway, even when we turn it over to cargo. It's Jiminy Christmas. Alright, and it did it immediately. Wow, 20 grand? That was a waste. I should have just put it in cargo in the first place. But I didn't think about taking building materials down there until now. So, the 20 grand will make that back. In fact, she's flying, someone's going to pay 42. So, we'll be alright. And like I said, we got 7.3 million. Let's actually buy another one. I'm going to put that in Huntington as well. Might as well buy another one. We need 2. So Caitlin will fly one in cargo configuration as well. Business wings. Aklak Air, Solomon, Air Labrador, Seychelles, Ville de Paris, FedEx. We don't want that because we already have that one. And then Win Air. I'm kind of thinking Air Labrador maybe. I don't want to do like Seychelles or anything because none of these are American except FedEx. But I don't know what one we want to kind of go with. I kind of like that. I think maybe we go with that. That's business wings. I think I'm going to go with that actually. All right, so let's go ahead and buy this. Be for the company, and I'm not going to make that mistake twice. Cargo, and I'll put her in Huntington because I think Caitlin's going to come back to Huntington so she can pick that up. And boom, we're down to 5.3 million. Tons of money. Probably next episode, yeah, we're going to get some building materials in our plane and fly on over to Memphis. Actually, what I could do right now, commodities, we are at Huntington, right? KHTS, building materials. Let me just do one thing very quickly. So this is ours right here. Load and unload. I want to fill this thing up with fuel. 775 nautical miles. I'll go ahead and fill it up with fuel. Now let's come back over here. Building materials. We are at Huntington. I want to find it at the wrong place. Max 300. Max 41. Not for the base storage area, but our plane. That better be the right plane. I can always switch them over. So we've got 5,000 pounds worth we can carry. I still don't know why it does this like 300, so you have to do it over and over and over again. But not to worry, I'll just fill this thing up with building materials, and we'll pick up in the next episode and fly on down to Memphis and put our base up. I do have a scenery for that, so that should be nice. But that'll be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.